with you, I think once we got into it, she'd probably be into some of the painting and stuff like that. Because she does like bead work and everything. Um, and she makes reefs and sells them online and all that stuff too.
That's cool.
So out of burlap and what's that other material she uses? I forget what the hell
She
it's
got
called.
one of those crickets.
No, she does it all freehand. So I mean, she's got stuff to make like bows and stuff, but she doesn't use anything. Starts just with a wire circle, and freaking just goes from there, making different. We'll scrunch it up certain ways and tie it off with pipe cleaners and stuff. She had an Etsy page. I don't know if her Etsy page is still up, but one
I
of the
gotta figure out how
problems.
to do that.
Yeah, one of the problems she ran into is so she was making them and everything, and they were selling, but then people were like, oh, I want like 6 of this or whatever, and she just couldn't keep up with the demand. So what she did is she went to the point to where she would make them and then be like, okay, this is what's for sale, and that's it, and stuff. So
Yeah.
but
You know how that goes. There's only so much supply, so if the demand's greater, price goes up.
oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, she's got some reefs that she has sold for $150. All right, we gotta say goodnight to the little one. How we doing, kiddo?
Good.
Good. Ah. All right, I'm streaming tonight. You want to say goodnight to everybody?
Yes.
Wave to them. Wave up in the camera and say
Good
goodnight.
night.
Gaga.
Gaga. Are we starting this again?
Sounds like
Gaga. Good night too.
Oh, how sweet. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh,
Gaga.
Gaga. Okay.
Have a good night.
All right. Have a good night. All right. What did I miss? I had to buy a new PC. It made me mad. Oh yeah, yeah. Anytime you gotta spend the money on something like that. Well, so look at me. I got lucky. For those of you that don't know, back in 22, I came out with a map called NBC Acres. Worst freaking map ever freaking invented. But that's beside the point. So I went live. I'm all excited. My first map ever. Dave talked me into it. He's like, oh, you ought to put one out there and everything like. So I put one out there. 24 freaking minutes into it, and my PC crashes. 24 minutes.
that was a great 24-hour stream, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a 24-hour stream. Luckily, I had been saving
You got
up
the 24
some
part.
of. I did get the 24. I just missed a few zeros. But luckily, I was in the process of saving up and had enough parts to salvage what I had from that PC. I fried my hard drive and my RAM all in the same day. But I was only down for less than 24 hours because I did have enough parts to where I was able to make a skeleton version because I had been buying to have those. But if I didn't, I could have been 6 months without a PC. So, unfortunately, it happens. But now, believe me, I won't go more than a day without a PC. I have 3 of them set up, so. But, what brand are you looking into? What brand of what am I looking into? Good night, farming trucker. Sorry. Farm. Oh, yeah. And it seems like it's getting worse. Oh, model trains? Looking at getting into the HO ones. I ran with my last PC 14 years and just finally got... Oh, yeah. Yep. You have a huge collection, Rich? Are you what, you want to part ways with it? I'll give you $100. I don't know if it'll work that way, but hey.
It might be a payment plan, $100 a month for the next 10 years.
Well, hey.
Snap-on dealer?
Snap on. This ain't Lorena Bobbitt. Oh. Hey, payment plans are awesome.
So you're $9,000 in the hole.
Well, if you get the right payment plan.
$9,000 is cheap for some of these payment plans.
I know.
Yeah. So when we went to the store the other day, well, to the dealership, and my son bought his truck, I told you guys I was looking at the Rebel, and it was the
That
one
seemed
that was on the
cheap.
showroom,
Rebel.
huh?
That seemed cheap.
What, the Rebel?
Yeah. By me, I think they're like over 100.
Yeah, I don't know. This one with all the bells and whistles was like 75. So I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, run that, and I want to know what the payment would be for me. And it was like $13.80 a month. I was like, damn, that's insane.
Yeah, if you plan on living in it.
Yeah, right. No, I probably wouldn't come off for less than 20 grand. Yeah, that's about right. Depending on how big it is, Rich, I could see your train set being worth 20 grand. Easily.
His name is Rich Trains. I imagine he has a few trains.
Same. I have PS4, PS5, Xbox. Oh yeah, Blue. I mean, over here to the side of me, I have an Xbox One, 2 Xbox 360, a PlayStation, a Wii U, 2 Wii's. Don't ask me why. A Sega Genesis, the 64 and 32. And I think I got a Super Nintendo over there too. It's insane. Now, I will tell you, I made a lot of money off Xbox 360s. The Red Ring of Death was the best thing that ever happened to me. And everybody's like, oh, man, I got the Red Ring of Death. And I'm like, okay, great. I was going on eBay and buying 5 or 6 of them at a time, getting them, fixing them for $5 a piece, and turning around and sell them for 50. You know?
On that note, I'm going to go take another nap, so I'll catch you guys all.
All right,
You do as
Darius.
well. Yep.
All
good night.
right, JD.
Good night.
You guys have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. What's wrong with you?
A lot? Oh, you're talking
No,
to
the dog.
I thought you were talking to me.
No. I was talking to dog. PS5 Pro, yep. I've owned all the PSs except for the PS5. And the only reason I owned them was so that I could say that I had owned every system, with the exception, there's one system that I have never owned for a video game system. Can anybody guess what system that is?
The
Switch.
Cube.
No, I have the Cube. What'd you say, Boom?
Switch.
No, I have the Switch. I had a 64. I have a Genesis right over to the side. No, I had a Commodore.
Steam Deck.
I don't know what that one is. Turbo GX 16. Nope. Atari. No, I had that. Had the Ataris. The 26 and the 7800. Used to play Pong all the time. Sega Dreamcast is the one machine I never owned. I had a 64. Before his first system, the VIC-20. Yeah, that was before my time. I don't remember that one, so I didn't own that one. But since I've been alive, the Sega Dreamcast is the only one I never owned. Matter of fact, when I was growing up in the foster home, we had a store that we used to rent Nintendo games from. And I don't know who this guy knew or whatever like that, but he would get Nintendo games from Japan. So I have played versions of Mario, like Mario 5, that was in all Japanese writing. It was kind of cool. I remember when the glove came out. I wanted that glove so bad, I got it. It hurt my hand so bad to play, but you know what? It didn't matter. I had the glove. And then I think I stepped on it one day and broke it. And I was like, I don't need it anymore. But yeah. Well, I mean, when I get into video games, you can look back there. I have 2 Tony Hawk skateboards, one for the Wii, one for the 360. I've got Guitar Hero. I've got 1, 2, 3 guitars hanging up. I just barely threw out the drum set because I got a new drum set coming. I bet I've got $1,000 worth of freaking Skylanders for all the different systems. I normally have them set up, and that's part of the problem. I can't set up enough stuff for you guys to see. I mean, I've got Skylanders that I paid $50 for. So, 64. Oh, nice. So, if you look back, I don't know if you can see. Let me see. Over in the back corner, over my left shoulder, you'll see a stack, and it might look like movies. Those are Xbox 360 games. When I was deployed, I was buying brand new games over there for $5 a copy. So when I would get paid, I'd go buy 10 games at a time. I have, the last time I looked, I have roughly over 500 Xbox 360 games. I have a modded Xbox that actually will take modded games. The original Xbox. Yeah, those aren't 360. Sorry, that's the original Xbox. So, hey you. All right, let's turn on some lights. It's getting dark. We're going to have to sleep soon. I know, LaMelo, I know. Hey, if anybody wants to buy me one, just let me know. I'll pick one out and let you buy me.
Where size 3-car garage?
3.5 car garage, 7 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, a huge living room with a family room, a kitchen with an island in the middle. I want all the appliances built in, double walk-in freezer, and a standalone dining room with an open concept. Any takers? I might have thought that through. I can remember programming for hours on the machine code. Oh, yeah. So I had, back in the day, I had a Radio Shack computer that one of the first coding thing I ever learned is I used to be able to make a word go diagonally up and down the screen. So it was actually before Tandy. It used to be Radio Shack. It went Radio Shack, Tandy, then Commodore, and then they eventually went to Compaq, which I think was later bought out by Dell, if I remember correctly. Oh, yep, Wolf. Yep. All right, I got to spend more time lining it up on this side because I keep missing that little patch from the way I'm turning. All right, let's go.
You've even got straight lines and can get it all.
Well, it's because I'm starting on a curve like this with my freaking thing. They were based. Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. I got the Xbox for one game only, Halo. I'll tell you what. When the kids were growing up, we played a lot of Halo. So back in the day, they used to have System Link, and we got tired of doing split screen. So the wife and I, at one point, we had 10 Xboxes in our house, all hooked together, and the family would come over. So there'd be me, my wife, each one of my kids had their own, and then my in-laws would come over, and we'd all sit around playing freaking Halo and Call of Duty inside the house. So, get $20, and soon you might buy that. Yeah, right? My first computer was an 8085 Disco System from 12. Ah! Nice. Anybody remember the big floppy disks? They were like 12-inch discs.
Yep.
I remember those. They didn't hold crap for data, but they were cool. Then they went to the 3x5 floppy. Then you went to the 3-inch. Then they finally went to the disc. Oh, the tape readers. Yeah. I never owned one of those, but I'd seen them in the military. 5.25 inch. Yep. Yep. And now, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't really buy anything that has a disc. None of my movies I do, I buy my movies digitally. My games I buy digitally. You know, I can't think of any. I mean, my last 2 computers I built, I didn't even build them with disk drives.
The one I have doesn't have one, and sometimes it sucks.
I bought a cheap one.
Now,
For
I have an
25
external
bucks.
one. Yeah, I have an external one that I could set up, but I don't ever get anything that freaking needs it.
I don't remember why I bought it.
Probably
The
had.
only... Good.
No, I was just going to say, you probably had it. You bought it for one thing, and that's all you've ever
Yep.
used it for.
But I have it though now.
Yeah. Now, I remember back when you used to get keyboards, mice, everything came with a disc. Now it's all digital.
The only reason I want one is when we go camping.
Well,
For
that makes
movies.
sense. For movies and stuff, yeah.
Granted, we have DVD player up there, but it's normally, well, now it's going to be in the kids'
Yeah.
room. Kid.
Yeah, I don't either, LaMelo. CD-ROM, DVD, no, I don't even have a DVD player. We've got a bunch of VHS and DVD movies. And actually, the wife had mentioned to me back here about a month ago, she's like, we ought to pick up a DVD VHS just to be able to watch some of the stuff we have, because, like, we used to have a camcorder, so, like, we've got family videos and stuff. So what I'm thinking about doing is buying one for the computer and making all the stuff digital. So I have it. Disc, insert disc. Yeah, right? Yeah, remember those days you'd get a game? I always think of freaking EverQuest. It had like 5 discs, and you'd have to go through, put one in, let it install, and then it would say put in disc 2. You'd put that in, you know. How many
about this?
people still use HDD? Most. Yeah,
I got one.
I don't have one in my new computer. My other one does. But you're right.
got
It's the same way, Wolf.
I got one.
I
I got
still
all
have
the stuff that I don't use on there.
Well, that makes sense.
I think I've got 25 on it. I don't have room on my other drive.
Yep. Hey, Gibbon, how you doing? Gibbon, get you? 212? I know I messed up your name, but I hope I can call you Gibbon. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it.
Ready?
I have 5 big boxes. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How about this one? AOL
Oh,
Disc.
man.
on disc.
Oh, on disc?
We were,
When you had to put it in the disc to get it.
yep. We were actually talking about that in my stream the other night about AOL.
Hold on a second.
I don't know about you guys, but like, you'd be home, you'd be on it, and then your sister would pick up the phone,
Oh, that would irritate me.
and they would hear,
Yes.
So I've
and then
got,
your connection would drop.
yeah, I've got a couple
And then you have
of
to go
binders.
beat her up.
I've got a couple of binders of old stuff. What do I have in here? I guess I converted them all over. I'll have to pull them up, my old install disc. But like, this binder here is nothing but PC games. Freaking SimCity 3000 Unlimited on disc. Fallout on disc, the original computer disc. There's just so many. Predator, Fist of Fury, The Thing. Oh, this disc right here. This was the 20-year collection of Command and Conquer. I used to love that all the time. Red Alert 2. I mean, I just got so many that are on freaking disc. And most of them I couldn't even install anymore. I'd have to install a whole new program just to be able to run them. But I hang on to them, you know? Something I'll be able to hand off to my grandkids and be like, hey, this used to do this, you know? Aussie Wheels, how you doing? I remember being on guard duty in the Navy, overnight connecting my laptop to the second phone line. Oh yeah, yeah. And you used to sit there and you were like, "This is super fast." Now, if we got to wait 30 seconds, we're in trouble.
Oh yeah, I'm smashing.
Rolls in. Hey, Aussie Wheels, how you doing? Oh, Red Alert 2 was awesome. And then I got into Generals. Generals was even better. But nothing is working when I tried to use it on Rivers. Let's see. I'm trying something new. I'm trying to use AutoDrive. So, did you download X-Man's routes? Yes, I'm in the U.S. Silent Hunter, yep, there's another one. I still have floppy on the Oregon Trail. Oh, nice, Tyler, nice.
No, I don't even think that even.
Yeah.
Did that survive?
I don't know.
Route patch.
Okay, so Aussie Wheels, one of the things that you might, if you don't have all the bridges built and stuff like that, when X-Man does auto drive and he loads in the routes, he doesn't connect them across the bridges. So that might be part of the issue that you're having. So,
well, if you're on Rivers and you're at the start farm, you can get to the ferry, and that'll tell you if it's working. You should be able to click on the route to the ferry, and it should hit. You should be able to use that.
right. And if you have all bridges built, after you build the bridges, you have to connect those auto routes going across the bridges so you can get to that stuff. Just so you know. I'm in
I had
Germany,
a guy
but
come
I
in
want
my
to live.
stream last night, and he said that one of the bascule bridges, he could auto drive, was hitting something on one side, and the other side it was able to go
Well, that's not me.
to the same point. Right, yeah.
It's the collisions.
It's the collisions on the bridge. I got nothing control that. I warned those guys about putting that in the middle. But nobody listened to me. Because people are going to use auto drive, and that was the worst design for having auto drive.
No, not everybody uses auto
Dave
drive, though.
Dave doesn't
Well, I know,
use
but
auto drive, so he don't care.
I know, but people do, though. I mean, not just me. There's people who do.
No, I
Well,
get it,
yeah.
but again, that goes back to everybody has their own play style. And the people that design it, like Dave has his ways of designing things that he doesn't want changed.
Well, I understand, but I mean, if you're offering it out to other people, I mean, I have to be considered for other people, too. I mean, I help make a map, too, and...
Yeah, that's what I thought, LaMelo,
Yeah.
because he went through and redid the collisions on that. And I know they were talking about doing something too, because I think it was one of the harvesters that Dave couldn't get across the bridge. So I know, the cotton harvester. Yep. So I know.
Well, they
Greenville
took out
was
the
gonna look at
collisions,
that.
then if they took the collision out, it should work then.
Right. Yeah, I'm just thinking he didn't that he didn't connect the routes. So that's maybe why it's not working, because he just downloaded it. And he said all the bridges are built. So I'm assuming he needs to go through to connect them.
Yeah, remember County when X-Man did it? And there were like 2 bridges that when he made the routes were there and he accidentally forgot to connect. People
I did
ended up in
connect
the
them.
water.
Yeah.
No, I did. I think I connected them and they ended up in the water.
Yeah, no, and that's fine, Austin.
I don't...
Yeah, so if you've got all the bridges and stuff, just go ahead and hit the little triangle up there. It'll show the routes, but you'll see where X-Man left off. And he does that so when people don't have the bridges built, their vehicles aren't driving into the water or whatever. But yeah, if you go through and connect those, now make sure you look at the direction that they're going and go from the close side to the far side so it connects the right way. Because if you connect the opposite way, you'll still get it still won't go through.
I was going to say it's just like driving in America, but I forgot he's an Aussie. So it might be opposite.
My Seed Hawk won't go over any bridge. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and that has to do with the width. I checked updates every night. Yeah. When I'm doing Dave's maps, I always got in the habit of right before I would play, even if it was every day. And I'm lucky because I know when he was pushing the updates. But I would go out and it just became a habit to go ahead and hit the sync button. If there's nothing to sync, it takes no time at all. You know, and he's made improvements on the mod folder switcher, so you know it'll tell you when it's complete now. So certain versions in the past didn't do that, but you know it works out great now. So, but I bet if you go through and do that, Aussie, that'll fix your problems, bud. I'm almost 100% sure. All right. And we are almost done with this field. I'm going to try to finish this field up, and then I'll sleep through the night and everything. You know, I've been talking so much, I never went over once to empty my freaking combine over there. So after we sleep, we'll go over and empty that first. Noise from the bridge drives crazy. Does it? Yeah. Well, I believe if you go into your settings, you can turn down some of the game noises. I know there's a few of them that are really loud over there. I think the Crusher was another one that people said was loud. I can't remember playing for 4 days straight on my son on Diablo. I'll tell you what, I lost a few days in Diablo. I don't remember if it was 2 or what, but... I've got a few games. I used to lose a lot of time in... matter of fact, most expensive video game I ever bought up until recently when I started getting into some of the specialty packs and collector's edition is I paid $94 day one when Mario 64 came out for the Nintendo 64. I remember that. I went home and played that thing for a week straight. I think I played it for 2 days straight before I even slept. Was talking to Green Thumb yesterday, and from memory, he's going to tear down. Oh, okay, yep. Yeah, Civilization, yeah. You know what, Tyler? I still look at that every once in a while. Civilization was actually how I got started on... oh, I went and hit my freaking thing. What the hell was it? Oh, Command and Conquer. But Civilization was what turned me on to Command and Conquer. History Line played for months. I never played that one, LaMelo. Yep. Yeah, and then once I played a lot of Red Alert 2. And then when Generals came out, they had 2 different versions. I got sucked into that, and I would lose myself in there. It was freaking awesome. I would love to find that again for a modern computer. I never played StarCraft. Ah, okay. But, yeah, there's a lot of those old video games that were freaking insane. And, you know, it was weird because, like, you'd find glitches and stuff.